Welcome everyone. We have the Hot Toys DX34 AE Episode 3 Anakin Skywalker. This particular copy is the Asian release. I don't know if the US version has started reaching US customers yet. I ended up getting this through eBay, got a okay price for it. Not too much, but definitely not too little either. And there may be some tiny differences in the outside of the package once we get this opened, but for the most part should be the exact same thing as the Sideshow release. So hopefully those who pre-ordered the Sideshow start getting shipping notices. If you wait listed, maybe you'll luck out and get accepted on the wait list. But I was hoping that there'd be some kind of announcement about maybe a non-artisan edition on May 4th or even May 6th, and nothing's happened so far, so who knows. But if you didn't get this figure, hopefully they'll have like a non-artisan version coming out sometime soon or being announced. So we'll see. So quick overview of the outer packaging, just to kind of document this in case there is some kind of difference with the Hot Toys versus Sideshow release. Probably not, but you never know. There is a cardboard protector on top. And this is coming out very slow. Okay, it's going to come with the plastic baggie that it normally comes with. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Take that off, excuse me. All right. And there is the inner packaging. I think the big difference is going to be this. The US version probably is not going to have that sticker on it, but it should look identical to the rest of this. So you got your typical Hot Toys Sideshow box. This look has been carried over from the old Sideshow days, but you also have this ribbon. It does float, but does not want to move right now. But you can slide that off, and some cool artwork there. There is a hologram here, so I guess kind of proof of authenticity. And let's see, this side is pretty generic. Same on this side. And then finally on this side, we've got, basically acknowledgement of the people who worked on it. And if you want to see that barcode, there is that. All right, so this is a sleeve. Yeah. It's just more and more stuff. So now you get this really nice inner packaging, and you got some nice poster work. What's interesting, I think this is the toy, and this is all film graphics. So yeah, they just threw my man up here with like regular people, and you probably couldn't tell the difference if somebody didn't point it out. It does have the little DX logo. Star Wars is kind of metallic. It's got like this stamped silver foil. We've got Star Wars on this side, Anakin Skywalker on this side, and then basically the same thing that was on the outer package, just printed here also. So there is that. Now, trying to remember how this guy. Okay, so he has this kind of book style packaging where it slides out. So you've got that. I'll move this out of the way. It's like a Russian doll. There's like layers and layers and layers. And then you remove this, and this is pretty nice. There is foam on this side. So I haven't seen that before, but this is also my first Artisan edition figure. And let's make a quick adjustment. And you've got the figure and the head. So you can kind of just pull him out. Well, yeah, I'll just, I think the best way to do this. Yeah, I'll pull this out this way because the neck is kind of tucked back behind this piece. And you're going to have to deal with this paper that's protecting the neck. Likely because this is painted. I don't know how well you can tell, but there's like a skin pattern, like freckling and imperfections and stuff printed onto the neck. And then on this side, oh, there's a lot of stuff behind this side. So this is everything else here, looks like. Maybe not the display stand, that's probably behind all this. So let's just go ahead and remove this all together. This fell. This is his robe. There is an instruction booklet, more than likely describing what to do with the hair and, taking care of the figure, not overposing it. Okay, so this is all one tray. That is helpful to know. And it's going to be hard to show this off without taking the top off here, but you've got robot hand, glove hand, glove hand, glove hand, regular hands. You got his head. You've got tool for his eyes, clips for the LED lightsaber. This is probably extra wrist pegs and extra wrist peg. Then you got the stand. Effect lightsaber blades, regular lightsaber blades, two lightsabers. One is going to be LED, and there's a little wire here, and then the regular lightsaber, and then the Dooku lightsaber. So that's pretty much it. Right. Let's get the top off of this. And we're going to try to go over the accessories a little bit more. So display stand, and it is, a bit three-dimensional, more than just a regular plain old stand. We've got the head. It's got a little like film sheet ribbon around the center. You can just slide that off. And then this is kind of cool. Like it's got a nameplate on here. It's kind of looks like some weird thing that would be in Star Wars. It does have another plastic layer protector. Yeah, I guess some people might want to display this like this. I don't know. But just pull this off, and there's the head. Uh, that is striking. um, Seeing pictures and videos of this just uh do not do this thing justice. Like this is kind of crazy realistic. We'll put this to the side for a moment. And I'm just gonna go and kind of show off this stuff a little bit more. So clip for the LED power pack. Tool for the eyes. Uh, I said this was thought this was wrist peg. This is just another piece of the clip for this guy. But these are the wrist pegs all together in one right here. And we have the hands. So not a lot of variation. And, like these two hands are very similar. Like the difference is one is splayed and the other one, the back two fingers are kind of down a little bit. That's kind of weird. And then you've got a fisted left hand, weapon holding left hand, and then same thing for the right hand. And then you've got kind of like a force, he's kind of doing this type thing with this hand. And then you've got robot hand. And the thing that's really interesting about this is the fingers are individually articulated. So there's pins on these joints. And if anybody out there is like a transformer collector, those third-party companies that make those replacement hands, this is like way better than that. This is like just way, way extreme. Even the thumb has a ball joint there at the bottom at the socket. That's just good Lord. That's just a lot. Yeah, all the budget went into this, the hair and this hand. And then last, this is a screw. I'm not sure what this is for. It may have something to do with the hilt for this thing. But you've got the LED powered lightsaber, and this is going to plug into the power pack. And then you got the two, regular lightsabers, and then you have the four blades. So that's pretty much it for the accessories. Oh, and last but not least, I keep overlooking this for some reason, but there is this part to the stand. and just plug it in like every other Hot Toys display stand, and there you go. Okay, so now that we have all that out of the way, let's go ahead and put this head on him. The hair is stiff. It's not, plastic, but well, I guess the hair may be the hair has to be plastic of some kind, but what I'm saying is it's not like one solid piece. I cannot imagine somebody like trying to like take this apart and restyle it. There's just it feels like there's something like on it, um, kind of holding it together, so to speak. But on this, it is on here very tight. Okay, and this guy's head is kind of locked on. I had to twist it to the left. So just be aware of that. You get it out and you try to pull it off, it's not going to come off. Um, I don't know if this part has to go on a certain way. The instructions do not say that it does. Yeah, don't think it matters. Well, actually, it might. There are these grooves. Let me get this in focus. These grooves on the side, and I think they need to line up with slots inside the head. All right. And I'm still not sure that head is on there right. It looks like it's the right height from the base of the shoulders. There wasn't like it slid on too easily after not wanting to slide on at all. But there you go. I think that's if that's not it, it's pretty close. And maybe it's mentioned in the instructions, but the instructions on this was in Japanese, and visually there was no representation of getting the head off of the post or putting the head onto the post. But maybe in text form there was some kind of explanation of it. But on to the actual figure. So this guy's pretty amazing. I mean, the head sculpt alone is pretty awesome. The cloth does seem a little different from the original release. Like it visually looks the same, but like the tabards seem lower. The material is more cottony versus like it's a little bit stiffer in some ways. Um, they're still using pleather, but the boots seem to be constructed a little bit better. There is a lot of detail in the belt. And it looks like there's Velcro here. I'm not going to take this guy apart, but you would unvelcro here, and then it looks like there's Velcro on the inner belt. So if you wanted to take it apart, you could. There'd be a good reason to do that for maybe running wires for the lightsaber. So that could be a whole thing. And then like general Hot Toy stuff. He should be pretty standard. He does have some plastic on the inside of his arms. I guess. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. See if we can take it off. I might leave it on. So I know a lot of times, like the skin is painted. I'm guessing the arm is painted. Maybe they want you to be able to have a shirtless Anakin or something. I don't know. But a lot of times this material will leach plastic will leach paint. So that's probably why they've got the plastic on the forearm here. It's just kind of interesting. I wouldn't have noticed if I just wasn't looking at the articulation, but articulation should be, pretty standard for Hot Toys. You've got basic ab crunch via a ball joint, disc hinge shoulders, double elbow, double knee. The feet will be on ball joint, so they'll be fairly articulated, no toe articulation. And then the hands, if you're not accustomed to hot toys, um, same type of system like Mafex and Figure Arts has, where there's a ball joint with the hands, and you basically orientate the ball joint in the direction you want the hand to be able to move up and down or back and forth. So there's that. And then I do want to demonstrate this lightsaber. Probably not going to use it myself, but I like the idea. I think this is very cool. I definitely didn't like the old style where they had like the different arm, and the arm had to have batteries in it, and you had to take the arm off, and a lot of times these figures, it's kind of a pain to have to take the arm off because of the way the clothing is set up. And you do need to provide your own USB-C cable. That's the only other weird thing that you're gonna have to deal with. Okay, so got the box. I got a USB-C cable. I've got a connector here. As you see, you have two ports. So if you got multiple figures you need to work into this system, they can share a control box. Already there's light coming out, so let's turn it off for a second. All right. And there is the single blade. So even with lights mostly turned off, this is pretty visible. And here he is with all the lights off. That's pretty cool looking. And then here's the swoosh effect. So you got larger surface area, you're going to get a little bit more light from this. I will say the camera is picking up more light than my eye is picking up. So just kind of be aware of that. Here's what this looks like with more natural light you'd probably have in your room. So again, pretty cool. But, working this into a display could be a little bit of work. And getting this, into the figure and everything, having the wire, should you hide the wire? Should you let the wire be exposed? There's just a lot to think about. And you've got his regular blades. I mean, his hilts. And although he does have some red blades, that LED lightsaber I showed you earlier produces blue, so you're not going to really use the light with this. So this is really going to be for Dooku, or Dooku's blade. And yeah, I believe that little thing that looked like a screw is basically the hilt out of the box has a shorter nub, and you can unscrew that and put the other nub on that sticks out a little bit further so it can sit in his holder here better. All right. And so I kind of like this is kind of like a choking hand. Let's see. I think I'm going to take this one off. We'll use this one to hold his blade. The hands are pretty malleable, so that's a good thing. And then I think I'm gonna give him this hand. I don't want him to be murderous Anakin just yet. Yeah. So you can have that look. Okay, and for some quick comparisons, we'll put his episode 2 self here. And I don't know if it's because I got something weird going on with the head and the neck, but he is a little bit taller. Um, yeah, for some reason I don't think I have this neck, the head all the way down. It does seem like when you look at the peg and the inside of the head, it does seem like it should snap in maybe. I don't know, but I'm having a hard time getting on, and I'm like trying to be careful not to mess the hair up. So yeah, there's that whole thing. But it is nice to see the difference. Like episode 2, he's got a lot more, kind of brown going on. In episode 3, it's a much deeper brown. Um, even though the tabards kind of look black, they're really just dark brown. They're just slightly less dark brown on the episode 2 version. And then here he is with Padme, and that height looks pretty good. Don't know if we'll ever get some form of episode 3 Padme, but I could imagine this could be like a pre episode 3 look for both of them. And then last, here he is with R2. This is the New Hope R2. Or excuse me, maybe this is meant to be Empire Strikes Back. He has he's got all the stuff from the episode 4, 5, and 6 accessories, but he's the original trilogy R2. At any rate, these guys look really good together, so that's another good pairing. So all in all, a really great figure. It's unfortunate that they made this such a limited release. Although looking at the hair and looking how it's styled and made, I'm sure there's just a lot of by hand work being done with the head and the hair. And that would be a reason they wouldn't want to spend, 6 to 8 months just manufacturing, 5,000, 10,000 units. Hopefully they'll make a non-artisan version, with it being the anniversary of episode 3 and with all the Ahsoka stuff going on. There's got to be some kind of regular release coming around the pike. So um, hopefully that happens. And then, if you were lucky enough to get in an order through Sideshow, hopefully he'll be shipping soon. And if you're on the wait list, maybe you'll look up and you'll get converted to an actual order. So good luck to those who were able to do that. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.